How do I become a values-driven company? That's a great question. I promise you there is a way to make a lot of money, not only without compromising your values, but actually by exemplifying them. Here's how. First, we got to know what our values are. And if you've never done a values exercise, which I might find that hard to believe, but there are people who maybe haven't had this experience yet, it's really important to know what they are. What are your top 5 personal values? What is it that's most important to you? What is it that you would live for? What would you die for, right? Those are your values. That's what's most important to you. Another way to know your values is if someone says something or does something and you feel offended or you feel angry about that, right? It's probably because it's bumping up against one of your values. Now, your business values have to be similar to your personal values or the same. A lot of times they're the same and they're very much in alignment. When your personal and your business values are out of alignment, you'll notice that kind of feels off. And so you want to make sure that those are in alignment. I'm going to share my values with you just to give you an idea. I'm guessing if you're watching this as a business owner, we probably have some similar values in common. My values include freedom, family, community, inclusion, kindness, truth, opportunity, spirituality, fun, love, integrity, social and environmental consciousness. Here's the thing. Everybody always says you're supposed to pick 5. Well, I couldn't. So I did a values exercise one time and I just told the leader, I'm like, I can't come up with 5. And they're like, well, you need to for this exercise. And it was just, I value more than 5 things, right? And it's hard to put them in certain categories. So having more than 5 values is absolutely fine. And the key is that once you have your values, you want to make sure you're living them in your business. You want to make sure you're living them in your life. For example, once I came up with this entire list of my values, I put them on the website. I put them on our website. So if someone goes there, and clients have gone there, especially when they were prospective clients, they've gone there to check out what I value and what's the mission and the vision of my company. Because if it's not in alignment with them, it's not going to be a fit. And so when you put your values out there, when you put them on the website, it's an easy way for clients or customers to make a decision on whether or not they're aligned with your product or service. And if they're not, that's okay. They've already made that decision. It's better than wasting their time and yours trying to figure it out. When you build products or services in your business, you want to make sure that they're aligned with your values. So you don't want to offer something or sell something that's out of alignment. I remember years ago, I was working with a sales team and the product that they were selling, it was kind of an average product that they were selling, but there were some nuances of that product. It wasn't an in-your-face nuance or anything like that. But for one of the salespeople, it was out of alignment with their belief system and it was a little bit out of alignment with their values. And no matter how hard this salesperson tried to grow their sales, no matter how hard they tried to put the product out in front of more people, they just couldn't seem to do it. And so finally I asked the question, I was like, what's going on here? What do you believe about this product or service? And what do you believe about this product? And what I found out really quickly was that they didn't believe in the product. They didn't feel in alignment with it. And it didn't feel good to sell this product to someone else. And so their sales had stagnated. And one of the things I finally said to them was, do you feel comfortable staying here? And the truth is, when a salesperson isn't in alignment with a product or service, it's not good for them. It's definitely not good for the company. And he finally admitted to himself, he just said, no, this doesn't feel good. I don't feel great about selling it. And so I said, what do you think you need to do? And he said, well, I think I need to leave. And I think it's in the best interest of the company for me to leave as well and for me to move on. So he ended up having a great conversation with the leadership in the company. And they were actually so grateful that he was honest with them and they were able to part on good terms. Does that always happen? No, but I really credit this salesperson for being honest with himself. So in this moment right now, I invite you to think about the products or services that you offer. And are they in alignment with your values right now? And here's the thing, our values pretty much stay the same, but they can shift a little bit over time. For example, when and if you have children or you have a family, your values shift a little bit. Like family might have to move up because you're now responsible for a human being. You value that human being clearly. They're a priority for you. So how much you want to work and how much you value work might shift a little bit, right? So like things can change. So If you developed a certain service years ago that maybe was really in alignment with you then, may no longer be in alignment with you. And remember, we attract people who are like us. We attract people who share our values. So often the clients or customers who are already part of your company are a lot like you, right? They have similar values. You're very much aligned. As you grow and expand and your values shift, so will your clients. So that means you want to make sure that your products or services are still in alignment with you, which typically translates to them still being in alignment with your clients or your customers. Since you're still hanging out with me, I have a pro tip for you. Whenever you work with someone, make sure that your values are in alignment with them and their company. Because if you don't, I can tell you that that relationship will either be very challenging or it won't last very long. And specifically, if you have a referral partner, you want to make sure that you are in complete alignment with that referral partner. I'll give you an example. A while back, we had a client who was developing referral partners, and that was one of the ways that she wanted to grow her business, and it made a lot of sense. And she found a potential new referral partner, and she was so excited because they were in different businesses, which meant that they weren't competitive. They could definitely refer clients back and forth. They had a conversation up front, which is something you always want to do when you start with a new referral partner. They had a conversation to talk about, how they could have an equitable arrangement, how this might work. And my client was so eager to give referrals that she personally, I'll never forget this, God love her, she personally set up an event for her referral partner where she brought in her top 10 clients and then brought this referral partner in to speak to them. Well, sure enough, right, like a referral is like a 90% close. Sure enough, that referral partner came in and I think 9 out of the 10 people became his client. Like it was that fast of a client transfer, which can happen, number one, when you give a referral because it's a 90% close rate and that those prospects, they believe you, they like you, they know you, they trust you. So they trust that the person you're referring them to is like you and has the same values. So that's what happened. On paper and in person, the clients thought, oh yeah, this is perfect. Like we definitely want to work with this referral partner. Unfortunately for my client, what happened was the referral partner did not reciprocate. Even though he'd said he would, he didn't. And my client learned a valuable lesson, which is start slowly in a referral relationship and get to know that referral partner so you can truly understand their values. Clearly their values were different because my client's value was about giving. It was about being generous. It was about giving more than expected. That wasn't shared by her referral partner. Hence, it didn't work out the way that she'd hoped. Today we talked about the power of becoming a values-driven company and the reminder that there is a way to make a lot of money, not only without compromising your values, but by exemplifying them. But first you have to get clear on your top 5 values. Write them down. And then write your business values down. Of course, you can have more than 5, but know that your personal values, of course, need to be in alignment with your business values. Put your values out there on your website, talk about them, live them. And then when you build products or services, make sure that they are aligned with your values. And finally, when you work with a referral partner, go slowly to make sure that your values are truly in alignment. Thanks for hanging out with me. And if you enjoyed this video, stick with me because up next, we're going to talk about the difference between a fixed mindset and a growth mindset. And remember, your 2X is waiting for you too.